So, you're applying to lots of jobs, but not hearing back. Have you ever wondered why? Keep watching and I'll explain. I know there's a lot wrong with the job application process right now, and it kind of sucks if we're honest with ourselves, and you probably know this too, but we have to adapt to it to get good jobs. So today, I wanted to shine a light on how the job application process works and those main reasons why you might not be hearing back. Because once you understand this, things will make way more sense and you'll finally be able to navigate this process and land more interviews, right? So first things first, there are two sets of reasons why you're not hearing back when you apply. The first set of reasons are completely outside of your control. There's literally nothing you can do about them apart from just deal with it and acknowledge that it's going to happen. It just is. Then there's a whole nother set of reasons that are 100% within your control. This is really where you need to focus. So let me give you some examples of things that are outside of your control. Some companies, for example, they might have internal policies for fairness, ironically, that require them to post a job ad online. But really, they already know who they want to hire and they already know they're going to make an offer to them. In this kind of case, they might not even review external applications like yours. It's sad, but I've seen it happen. Sometimes the company might hire someone really quickly, so you kind of miss out, right? So maybe that person applied within a day. They were a good candidate and the company just interviewed them fast. They wanted to bring on someone quickly, and within a few days, they make them an offer. And then you apply after 4 or 5 days, and obviously, you put in all that effort into the application, but they've already made the offer to someone else, so you're not going to get an interview. Sometimes companies even change their mind about jobs after they've posted the ad. So maybe at first they think I need someone senior for this role. But then they think about it again and they realize, actually, I think I'll need someone junior for this. And they will actually go and edit the job ad or delete it and post a fresh one. We've seen this loads as well. Some companies will even change their requirements after reviewing the applicants. So they might get, say, 50 applicants. They review them and they realize, actually, our job advert, it's attracting the wrong people. And then they go and change the wording so they can try and attract the right people. So they end up basically not interviewing anyone from that pool of applicants that applied. Some companies, they even have genuine changes in financial situations. So maybe they have $1 million hiring budget, but then something happens, their revenue goes down or whatever, and they need to cut costs. So they take down the job ad, maybe they fire some people internally, and obviously they're not going to interview you. So you spent all this time applying, you're not getting any results for it, right? Then we get into competition. Competition's important. The level of competition for a job is also kind of outside of your control. So say there are some amazing candidates that applied for that job you also applied to, and the company's only going to interview, say, 5 people. That's just what they want to do. And you're the 6th best candidate on the list, on their short list. This can happen, and it might be why you're not getting interviews. Another reason could be referrals, because often people who already work at the company, they'll refer their connections for these jobs. So these connections, the referrals, are often prioritized ahead of external applicants. Not always, but sometimes and often. If there are lots of referrals, they might not consider your candidacy as strongly. Now, there is a way for you to become one of those referrals and increase your chances, but it takes a lot of effort and it requires work in advance. The point I'm getting at, anyway, is that there are lots of reasons why you might not be getting interviews, and a lot of them can be completely outside of your control. We just kind of have to understand this. This is the reality and we have to deal with it. We don't want to focus our energy complaining about these things because we can't control them, but we need to acknowledge them. Instead, you want to focus on those things you can control. And in my opinion, there are 4 main things you can control when applying to jobs. The first is going for the right jobs. Look, it doesn't matter how many jobs you apply for or how amazing your application is. If you just aren't a good fit for the jobs you're applying to, it's not going to work out. I know lots of people out there applying today, for sure, where even if their best friend was the hiring manager and they were the only applicant for the job, they still wouldn't get an interview. Why? Because they just aren't a good fit for the job. They can't do the job well. So whenever you're applying for a job, you have to be a good fit, basically. You have to be able to do the job well, and you have to have the skills and experience to back that up. Yes, this does require a bit of work because you've got to now invest time researching and figure out what jobs you're a good fit for. That's a big one. The second main thing you can control is the quality of your applications. It doesn't matter if you're going for the right jobs if your application sucks, right? So make sure your application is fantastic. Whatever they ask you to submit as part of your application should be phenomenal. If they ask you to make a resume, make it really good. Make it better than everyone else's. If they ask you for a cover letter, make it fantastic. If they ask for an application form to be completed, make that great too. Position yourself as a top candidate who meets their specific needs. The third main thing that you can actually control is the number of quality applications you submit. So even if you apply to the perfect job with the perfect application, you still might not get an offer, right? Why? Because of all the things we mentioned: competition, the company already has a candidate in mind, referrals, blah, blah, blah. By only submitting one high quality application, sure, you might get an offer, maybe, but it's only one chance. In the end, job searching does become a bit of a numbers game. Even the best soccer players in the world, they need to take quite a lot of shots before they score goals, right? There's a goalkeeper in the way and they might make mistakes here and there. It's the same with job searching. If you take more shots, you score more goals. So once you're sure you're going for the right jobs and you've got top quality applications, it's about submitting more applications. The more you submit, the more interviews you'll get. The more interviews you get, the more offers you'll get. Now, the fourth main thing, this is kind of a bonus that's within your control when you're job searching, applying to jobs, is relationships. So in a perfect world, right, you want to network with people at your target companies. Ideally, you want to have genuine conversations with them. And ideally, you want to send a personal note to the hiring manager as well. Because when you do this properly, it will actually set you up to become one of those referrals. And it will show the hiring manager that you're really motivated. And what often happens for our clients is you unlock those hidden jobs as well. Anyway, in summary, if you're applying to jobs, there are loads of reasons why you might not get an interview. Some are within your control. Some are completely outside of your control. If you understand this, you understand that you should focus on what you can control. Applying for the right jobs, building a quality application, submitting lots of applications to maximize your chances, and networking with people at the company. If you do these four things, you have to land interviews. There's no way around it. If you're not getting interviews, one of those things or more of those things is missing, and you have to figure out which one it is. Once you fix it, you will get interviews. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much for your time today. If you are job searching, good luck. You can do this, and I wish you the best. Have a great day. See ya.